I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, the weekly, daily, all-the-time comic book show where you get your fix of the best that the worlds of superheroes and comic books have to offer. And on today's show, we're looking at Moon Knight, issue number 1 from Jeff Lemire. Marc Spector is in a nut house, and when you're a hero with as many split personalities as him, well, maybe that's not the wrong place for you to be. Let's hop on in and find out what happens next, shall we?
So, as the comic opens, our hero Mark wakes up in a twisted, hellish version of ancient Egypt. Man, what a great art style this thing has going for it. Mark meets with Khonshu, the bird-headed moon god, who tells him that a great rebirth is at hand, but for Mark to be reborn, he must remember who he already was. Confused yet? Not sure what's going on? Questioning your own perception? Well, get used to that, because there's going to be a lot of that going on in this comic. When Mark eventually does wake up, he finds himself in an insane asylum that would make the one from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest look like a 5-star resort. The two orderlies, Bobby and Billy, take perverse joy in beating the ever-loving crap out of Mark, but hey, at least things can't get much worse than this, right? I mean, it's not like they're gonna strap him down to a table and give him forced electroshock therapy. Oh no, wait, that's exactly what they do the next day. Jeez, man, if medical horror stories are a hot button for you, then this book is gonna make you feel super uncomfortable the same way it makes me feel super uncomfortable. Mark gets a chance to speak with a few of the different inmates in the asylum. They all seem oddly familiar to him for one reason or another. Perhaps he may not have known them, but one of his other alternate personalities, be it Jack the cab driver or Steve the billionaire, they may very well have known these people. There's also an old hippie in the asylum that really causes Mark to question what's going on right now. To make matters even more confusing, on the TV he sees Moon Knight, the Moon Knight, fighting an old foe. But that can't be possible, right? I mean, he's Moon Knight, he's always been Moon Knight. He hears the voice of Khonshu in his head. That's just the way it's always been. Unfortunately, that's not the way the asylum's head psychiatrist seems to see things. She says that Mark has been a patient in this hospital since he was 12 years old, suffering from dissociative personality disorder, and that Moon Knight and his many adventures have just been a coping mechanism in the mind of a very mentally ill man. Later that night, unable to distinguish fantasy from reality, Mark once again hears the voice of Khonshu in his mind, egging him to continue to fight on to find the truth. To do this, Mark crafts his own slapdash Moon Knight costume with items he found in his cell, and I gotta say, it looks kinda cool in a DIY sort of way. Moon Knight battles his way past the guards and orderlies and finds his way outside to discover that New York has been completely taken over by sand and pyramids, and that the guards chasing after him are not human. They are dog-faced monstrosities resembling the Egyptian god Seth. Of course, when the guards eventually do catch up to Mark and kick his ass, his vision changes once again to where everything looks normal. As the comic winds down, the reader and Mark himself are once again forced to ask the question, what is reality and what is not? Moon Knight number 1 is a very strange, but I'm going to say very interesting kickoff for this newest solo series. The whole thing has a real Shutter Island feel to it, wherein the writer is trying to make you as the reader feel as crazy and unsure about what's going on as the actual characters in the story. I have to wonder, will Moon Knight actually get out in the streets anytime soon in this series and do some real superheroing, or is it all going to be mind-bendy stuff from here on out? I mentioned the art previously, and it bears repeating because it really does a good job selling the trippy, psychedelic feel the comic is going for. If you're a fan of Moon Knight or in the mood for something a little bit more mind-bending, then I feel Moon Knight number 1 will be a good pick for you. I know I'm a big fan of Jeff Lemire and hope to be supporting the book from here on out. Overall, I would give this first issue an 8. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please, by all means, check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.